Every now and then, we stumble across an anime that not only entertains us but also touches our heart with its relatable characters and emotions. And one such emotion is regret. Regret is a feeling that lingers in the back of our minds, reminding us of the choices we wish we could have made differently. It's a burden that we carry, filled with what ifs and missed opportunities. And in the anime Kaiju No. 8, we see this emotion embodied in our protagonist, Kafka, a man who finds himself trapped in a job he never wanted and longing for a dream he could never quite reach. So the anime Kaiju No. 8 is set in modern day Japan, but with a twist. The city is frequently attacked by giant kaijus, much like Godzilla. These creatures cause a lot of destruction, and the defense force is the team that takes them down. They are like the superstars, admired by everyone and really good at their job. Our main character Kafka really wants to be a part of this team, but he hasn't made it in. Instead, he works on the cleanup crew, dealing with the messy aftermath of kaiju battles. Kafka and his childhood friend Mina had a dream to join the Japan Anti-Kaiju Defense Force together. But life didn't go as planned for Kafka. While Mina became the captain of the defense force, Kafka ended up cleaning up the dead kaiju bodies. The work is gross and awful, and Kafka keeps on cracking jokes to hide the pain. But you can tell it's really getting to him. He is in his early 30s, feeling worn down by the choices he made and the dreams he couldn't reach. Still, he tries to see the value in his work and keeps moving forward. I really felt for Kafka because I have been through a similar phase in my life. I know what it's like to have big dreams and feel stuck when they don't come true. It's rough and the pain of regret can be overwhelming, but Kafka's story is a reminder that it's never too late to try again. When he sees a chance to save a colleague, his passion for joining the defense force is reignited, and he decides to give it another shot. Kafka's path shows us that even when we face setbacks, we shouldn't give up on our dreams. Regret is a powerful emotion that can weigh heavily on our minds and our hearts. It's that sinking feeling that we get when we look back on our past decisions and realize that we missed out on something important or made a mistake. What makes regret particularly difficult is that it is often accompanied by a sense of longings and what ifs. We might find ourselves wondering, what if I had tried harder? Or what if I had made a different choice? These thoughts can haunt us, keeping us locked in the past and preventing us from moving forward. Many people talk about what they wish they had done differently in life. And scientists from Cornell and the New School for Scholar Research wanted to take a closer look at this. They asked many people about their regrets and divided them into two categories. Those involving the ideal self, that is who you dreamed you'd be or who you felt an inner drive to become. And those involving the odd self, that is those that dealt with not meeting the expectations or ideals of others. It turns out that most people, about 72%, have regrets about not being their ideal selves, while only 28% have regrets about not meeting others' expectations. And when people were asked about their biggest regret ever, a whopping 76% were about not being true to themselves, while only 24% were about not meeting what others wanted from them. The big lesson here is pretty clear. If you're the kind of person who wants to chase your dreams and be true to yourself, you might end up happier in the end. According to this study, people who focus on being true to themselves are more likely to lose sleep over missed opportunities than worrying about what they should have done to meet others' expectations. In Kafka's case, his regret stems from not being able to achieve his dream of joining the defense force. He had aspirations, he had hopes, but life took him down a different path. Yet, despite the pain of regret, Kafka doesn't give up hope. He continues to find value in his work despite his desire for something more, and he finally applied for the Defense Force examination for the very last time. That's precisely why I feel such a strong connection with Kafka's story. You see, before I found my own path, I was constantly trying to live up to the expectation of others. And by others, I mean my parents. They had this vision of me following the traditional route, landing a stable 9-to-5 job and leading a secure, predictable life. Now, I see where they were coming from. They wanted the best for me, to shield me from life's uncertainties. So I gave it a shot and tried to fit into that mold. But deep down, I knew it wasn't me. Some people excel in those 9-to-5 jobs and I respect them for it. But for me, it seemed like I was suffocating. That's when I made a bold decision. I took a leap of faith and stepped into the unknown. I started my own startup and launched my own YouTube channel. And let me tell you, there have been challenges, setbacks and moments of doubt. But every night when I lay my head down, I do so with a sense of purpose. because I'm chasing my dreams and not anyone else's. Sure, it's tough. There are days when I question my choices, wonder if I am on the right path. But then I remind myself, I'd rather face the challenges of pursuing my passion than live a life full of regrets. 20 years from now, I want to look back and say, I gave it my all. I want to stand tall knowing that I followed my heart, embraced the journey, and never settled for anything less than what I truly wanted. So now let's talk about how you can overcome regret and keep chasing your dreams. Number 1 is overcoming regret through self-awareness. It can be frustrating to be stuck in a situation you hate, but often the reason lies in not recognizing the underlying issues that keep you there. Think of it like navigating through levels in a video game. You can't progress to the next stage until you have tackled the challenges of the current one. Your purpose is tied to the problems you solve to achieve your goals. Many people find themselves trapped in a cycle of stress, pushing towards societal expectations without evolving. Whether it's struggle with weight or a draining job, these problems are interconnected, affecting the various aspects of your life. By mastering the essentials of survival, you gain valuable experiences. It's like turning self-improvement into a company, first overcoming your own problems and then helping others in doing the same. Often regret results from not taking charge of our lives sooner. By focusing on self-improvement and purposeful living, we can break free from this cycle. So rather than trying to solve the world's problem, start by solving your own. It's the first step towards a more purposeful existence. And this brings us to point number 2, that is, don't live life in the rear view mirror. Just like a rear view mirror in your car, looking back can serve a purpose. But if you spend all of your time doing so, you'll miss the road ahead. Take Kafka's story for instance. He could have let the disappointment of not joining the defense force consume him, but instead he accepted his situation and focused on moving forward. When we make mistakes, it's important to acknowledge them, learn from them, and then let them go. Think about a time when you took a wrong turn in your life. Maybe you chose a career path that didn't align with your true passion, or you stayed in a toxic relationship for too long. Whatever it may be, obsessing on that decision will not change the past. Instead, focus on how you can change course and make better decisions in the future. If you find yourself stuck in a situation that you wouldn't have chosen if you knew better, remember that commitments can be renegotiated. Whether it's a job that no longer brings you joy or a commitment that no longer serves you, it's never too late to make a change. Take a cue from Kafka, who reawakened his dream of joining the defense force despite his setbacks. It's never too late to pursue happiness. Right now, you have the power to decide to leave regret behind. Take a moment to picture what happiness looks like for you and then put a plan in place to make it happen. Today is the day to leave it in the dust and focus on creating the life you truly desire. And lastly, reframe your negative thoughts. Reframing negative thoughts into positive ones is like giving ourselves a mental makeover, turning a dimly lit room into a one filled with sunlight. It's not about denying our mistakes or pretending everything is perfect. Rather, it's about shifting our perspective to see the silver lining in between the clouds of regret. Take Kafka for example. When he looks back on his failed attempts to join the defense force, it's easy for him to fall into a spiral of self-doubt and regret. He might think, I'm not good enough or I'll never achieve my dreams. But by reframing these negative thoughts, Kafka can find a glimpse of light in the middle of darkness. Instead of criticizing himself for not making the cut, Kafka might focus on his skills and successes. He might say, I may not have made it into the defense force, but I am resilient and determined. I have faced challenges before and I have always found a way to overcome them. By shifting his focus from what he perceives as failure to his strengths and resilience, Kafka can break free from the shackles of regret and self-doubt. In our own lives, we can apply the same principle of reframing negative thoughts. For instance, instead of dwelling on a missed opportunity or a past mistake, we can remind ourselves of the lessons we have learned and the growth we have experienced as a result. By viewing failures as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks, we can create a more balanced and compassionate perspective on our journey. Ultimately, reframing negative thoughts is not about denying our regrets or sugarcoating our past. It's about acknowledging our mistakes with kindness and understanding and using them as fuel to propel us forward. And as we come to the end of our video, one thing becomes clear. While regret may linger in our past, it doesn't have to define our future. Just like Kafka, we have the power to rewrite our stories and pursue our dreams, no matter how difficult they may seem. So let us embrace the lessons learned from Kafka's resilience and remember that it's never too late to chase after what truly matters to us. Thank you for watching this video and I'll see you in the next one.